Welcome back, everybody. In this question, we are given a table to complete. So we're given a function as a set of points, and then we have to find the inverse, and then we have to state whether the inverse is a function or not. So notice this function, it's given as a set of points, so the inverse is just going to be what? It's going to be all of the points just reversed. So we're going to have -4, -5. Then over here, it's going to be -2, -2. Both are the same points pretty much because the x and y coordinates are the same. Here we're going to have 0, -3. Then we're going to have 0, -1. And then we're going to have 2 and 0. Right? So that is the inverse of that function. So we just took all the coordinates and we flipped them. So is the inverse a function or not? Well, if something is not a function, what's that going to mean? It means that for a specific x value, there's going to be 2 y values. So what you want to look for is if there's any x value that is repeating. And if you look through, notice that this point has an x value of 0 and this point has an x value of 0. And they both have different y values of -3 and -1. So right there you know that this is not a function. The inverse is not a function, right? And you can show that by graphing too. If you take these points and you plot them, and you plot 0, -3, which is down here, and then 0, -1, which is up here, well, if you run a vertical line through that, notice it's going to fail the vertical line test right there. Right? So when you're given a set of points, you're checking whether or not something is a function. You can graph it, but you can also just look for an x value that's repeating, like in this case, the 0 here, and then see if the y values are different. And if they're different, it means that there's 2 y values for one x value. In this case, the x value is 0, and that can't happen in a function. So we know the inverse is not a function.